Now, this is exactly how I've personally made $500,000 selling a copied AI website to local businesses over the last about 6 to 8 months. Now, just so you guys know I'm not completely full of shit, here's my Stripe dashboard. We're currently sitting at $47,000 in MRR. And again, we have a super optimized churn rate, which means these local businesses are quite literally paying us $195 to $397 a month for us to literally just host them an AI website. Now again, guys, I'm going to get into more depth on how this entire business model works. This is going to be a completely free video, nothing to sell you guys here, but I figured I'd kind of show this because there are a lot of people that are completely full of shit when it comes to YouTube. Now, I'm going to essentially give you a very, very simple promise for this video. By the end of this video, you will have an ironclad idea on exactly how I've personally done this, and essentially a step-by-step guide on how I'd do it again if I had to go about scaling from $0 to $50,000 a month with my AI business. Now guys, before we get into this, if you want to join my Discord server, that's discord.gg/mastermind. It's honestly a super cool networking environment, and there's a ton of people just like you that are already trying to do this business model that are all just sitting in there talking about different kind of methods. Now, the offer itself is quite simple. First things first, and it is kind of choosing your industry. Now, I'm going to give you guys a bit of context on what it is we're exactly offering to these businesses. So, for example, I can look up something like plumbing near me. This is an example of a specific sub niche that you can kind of reach out to local business wise and sell them an AI website. Now, for example, I can scroll on Google. There's a shit ton of businesses. I can give them a call. Some of them don't even have websites. Some of them do have websites, but they look like this, aka complete shit. Now, what we do is we'll obviously cold call this specific local business. We'll offer them a specific website with specific features. So for example, they don't have any way of contacting leads after they're closed. So our websites, we provide them, once again, entirely made with AI, or they're just like templates. And we'll have those contact forms, those AI chatting pages, all these different SMS follow-ups, Google reviews, everything that we can essentially use to automate the process with zero kind of need on our end to be doing anything. And just for example, I can look up something like Framer templates plumbing. And just by doing this, you will see this specific website right here, completely free, high converting plumbing site. Your trusted plumbing solutions in New York. Literally go ahead, click on use for free. And this is essentially exactly how I first started off, by reaching out to these businesses. Let's say, for example, I was targeting plumbing companies. I would genuinely grab this specific plumbing setup, go ahead and save it to my Framer account. And again, you don't need any coding knowledge for Framer whatsoever. I can click on the publish button up here. That means that the website is now live. Let's say I wanted to cold call this business here, Tap and Flow Plumbing. Literally grab their name, change this to Tap and Flow Plumbing, and I can just drag and drop whatever it is I want to change. Click on publish, literally link a domain to this website. And just like that, we've made them a perfect website that is now literally live in less than 5 seconds. It sounds fucking stupid, but it literally works. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how I'd personally do this again and how I sort of structure my pricing models, how I cold call, everything. Now, here's a bit of a rundown on how we actually offer these upsells. So for example, now that I already have my Framer template, I'd look up Framer plugins. Now, this is essentially a Framer marketplace where you can kind of add or get add-ons for your Framer template that you already have. So for example, I can look up something like live chat, and there's already an AI chatbot right here. I can click on this. It's completely free to use. Click on open plugin, add that to your Framer template. And again, guys, keep in mind, once you have that Framer template that you're already working with, you obviously have chosen your sub niche. Now, I work in 3 different niches. I work in plumbing, tiling, and roofing. You might work in car detailing, in plumbing, in, let's say, for example, garbage cleanup, everything like that. So once you have your template that already has all your plugins, so, SMS follow-ups, contact us forms, AI chatbots, you can literally, but once you kind of have the template you're working with, head over to your dashboard and find the template you're already working on. And you can literally click on the 3 dots and just duplicate. So every time you get a new client, you can just reuse the same template you've already made that has all those extra features added. So you're never having to do any extra work. Now, again, there are so many different fucking companies and industries you can work with. There's plumbing, there's electrical, there's air conditioning, roofing, tiling, concreting. And again, there are hundreds of different people to cold call for each specific niche. Like for example, if I didn't want to do plumbing, look up electrical. There's still hundreds of electricians I can call up. Now, one little trick for you guys, because we are offering these guys websites, if you're wondering how I kind of cold call and kind of outreach, I have more videos on that later, but one of the best ways is cold calling people. So literally just finding them on Google, calling the number and kind of offering the service to them, but cold calling people that have one of 2 things: no website at all. That means they're going to be really easy to sell to because again, we're solving a direct issue they have, which is the fact that they have no website. You can tell they don't have a website because it's literally not listed here, or they do have a website and the website doesn't load. So for example, this website looks like shit. It was obviously made with AI, but again, we can offer better sites. This website here looks pretty good. But again, if you scroll through for like 20 minutes, just like this, I just found 3 companies right after each other that don't have any websites. So call them up. That's going to be the most qualified lead you will find because again, you're solving a direct market fit problem that they actually have. Now, in terms of actually running up this offer, it's pretty simplistic depending on your specific industry. So for example, if you're doing plumbing, you want to be charging them a set amount every single month to handle everything for them. Now, here's a bit of a cheat code for you guys. I like to personally do this. If the company I'm working with doesn't have a domain, I'll literally register the domain for them because it forces them to stay with us, because again, they can't leave us if we own the domain. Let's say we wanted to cold call this company here, Voltex Electrical Services. They don't have a website. So we'll look up like Voltex Electrical .com.au. Obviously, I'm based in Australia, so you'd want to get a .com.au domain because it kind of caters to Australian local businesses the most. But again, look up something like this. If it's available when you kind of sign the client, go ahead and grab that. Obviously, in this case, it is taken, but you'd obviously just find one that is actually available. And again, this directly funnels into what I was talking about with churn. Churn means the percentage of people that are canceling every single month. My personal churn rate is 5%, meaning I only need to be bringing in 5% of my clients extra. So if I have 100 clients, I only need to be bringing in 5 extra clients to be able to maintain and grow my MRR. Whereas if your churn rate is 30, 40, 50% that I've seen some agencies have because their product is shit or they're just not optimizing correctly, that means you're having to bring in so many more clients every single month just to keep your business afloat, which is not what we want. We want to be able to get a client that stays for a lifetime. Again, that's not realistic, but we do have some clients that have been with us from the start. Now, the way we do this, again, making sure you own the domain, you want to have them depending on you. Dependency is so astronomically important in this specific business model, right? You need them to depend on you. That's why you're handling hosting for them. You're handling the website for them. You don't want to give them too much information, only what they need. Make it seem as if you're handling everything for them. You're handling the hosting, the upkeep, everything like that. These guys aren't familiar with how websites work, with how the internet works, with how everything like that works. It's an entirely new environment to them. And again, it might sound a little bit scummy, but we are kind of solving a massive problem. Like, this is again what I was talking about. I charge anywhere from $197 to $397 a month. Now, this depends on your micro niche. So for example, if I'm doing plumbing, the average order value, aka the AOV, meaning how much the average plumbing job costs, is going to be much lower than it would be in example roofing or concreting, because the average client is worth so much more to this customer and to this business. So again, that's why we always want to be positioning our specific offer to be about 1 to 2 clients a month. That's the easiest to negotiate. So for example, if the average order value in plumbing is $250, we can position it as you only need to be getting 1 extra client a month through us and through the operations we're doing for it to be a profitable venture for you. And that's something that's really worked out super, super well for us in terms of actually closing clients and kind of pitching it as this crazy value thing. Now, again, this is probably one of the biggest sort of issues I see with people that are doing this business model, is that they try and close people on call. Like, they'll call up these people, they'll say, yo, we can run your website for you. It's $197 a month. That is not what you want to do. Yes, we inevitably want to close the clients, but the way that this actually works is you want to call them up first and you want to kind of pitch the idea and say that you've already created a demo site for them. And if they have some free time over the next few days, you'd love to walk them through it. Ideally, you want to kind of book it in as quick as possible. So if you can do it the same day, that is always going to be the best, because again, we want to keep the leads that we are getting extremely warm. Warm leads meaning it's fresh in their mind, they remember it, and it does seem like it's solving an intrinsic value to them. Now, again, the way that I always push it is I say, look, I'm a design student. I got referred to your guys' company and I heard you do amazing work. Now, I did this for completely free. I figured I'd mock you up a demo site. We've seen some really good success with others in your local industry, and I figured I'd just go ahead and show you it. That's what I would do. Again, in terms of making these demo sites, don't actually make them until they've agreed to do a call with you. Because again, keep in mind, you can make these demo sites in literally 30 minutes. Like, it will take you less than 10, 20, 30 minutes. And once you have that kind of template you can work on, just duplicate it every single time and just show them that demo site and say, look, we'll handle your domain for you. If you don't already have one, we'll handle your hosting costs. We'll handle your contact us form. How are you contacting leads post closure, right? So when they're actually closing their shop for the day and they don't have any phone number, any contact us form, how are you reaching those leads that are finding you through Google SEO? Another kind of upsell you can sell to them is, of course, Google reviews. Now, you of course want to have a brand and persona name. This is sort of the branding you're going under. You don't just want to be a random person like, hey, my name's Blake, I'm selling you so-and-so. You want to have a registered company name, whether that is CNK Consulting, whether that's B&B Enterprises. You want to obviously register a brand name and get a really nice company website, because this is what we like to call social proof. Now, in terms of getting a company website, it is fucking easy. Look up Framer Templates Agency. Same exact thing we just did. There are hundreds of different kind of Framer websites, and you can literally just change them to kind of support the business model that you're doing and make them work exactly for you. And again, it looks amazing. And I know people say websites don't matter at all, like your branding itself. All that matters is the website you're providing to your clients is nice. Incorrect. When you are closing, and this is probably one of the biggest objections I personally get on my closing calls, and again, an objection meaning something they kind of bring up to try and disregard you or try and get rid of the deal. Now, one of the biggest objections that I do often get is, well, do you guys have a website I can check out now. When they ask that question, when they ask for your business, who you've worked with, having a very spectacular looking website is such a bonus in terms of social proof and identity. And it's something that's heavily looked down upon. Next thing, of course, logo creation. If you don't know how to use AI to make a logo in today's day and age, I honestly don't know what to tell you. Literally look up something like vidIQ. This is probably my favorite AI logo generator. Look up AI agency logo, go to images, find something that looks somewhat similar to what you'd want to do. I'm going to grab this one, for example. Let's say my company name was CK Consulting. Head over to vidIQ, click on reference, upload the image that you want to kind of copy this AI logo design. But for the logo, C&K Consulting, same art style, light blue theme. I'm gonna go ahead and paste this in. Give me like 20 seconds for it to actually generate, and you will see how insanely absurd this actually is. Guys, tell me this is not insane. Any of you guys that say, I can't get logos made, I don't have any money to start with, this is an example of how easy it is to replicate any logo style in the entire world. Now, again, if you want to use vidIQ, use the website vidiq.com/Blake. It'll give you a referral code that gives you the $50 a month plan for literally $1. Again, no pressure. I don't really get anything from this, but I figured I'd include it. Now, again, in terms of outreaching, the best way is, of course, cold calling. This is going to outweigh everything at the very, very start. Again, once you do get big enough, you want to be experimenting with meta ads, paid ads, Facebook ads. This is something, if you want to learn all about it, you can work directly with me and startofferingai.com. It's my brand new one-on-one mentorship program that just opened up. We have a crazy guarantee. It's very simple. If you don't have 20 paying clients at $197 a month for your agency, so in other words, if you aren't doing $5,000 a month, by the end of the program, you get a complete refund, no questions asked. Now, if this sounds of interest to you and you want to work directly with me, go ahead and check out startofferingai.com. Press on start today, fill out this form, and book a completely free call with myself. Again, it is pretty closed off, but if you seem like a good fit, we'll make sure to be in touch. And again, guys, the final thing I need to leave you with is optimizing churn and dependency. I would not have got to the point that I am today doing $50,000 a month MRR. Again, repeatedly, I could quit my business for the next 6 months and I'd probably still be at like $40,000 MRR by the end of it. Optimizing churn and dependency. Make these local businesses depend on you. Make it seem as if you're doing more, even if you aren't. Make it seem as if you're doing more than you actually are, and really build that connection and dependency with these businesses. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to join my Discord server, that's discord.gg/mastermind. And if you want to work directly with me one-on-one in my guaranteed monetization program, go ahead and check out startofferingai.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you all. Have a great day.